Well, welcome everyone. We're in the Norfolk Broads this afternoon. We're on the upper river system in the Broads National Park, and we're back in the Broads Cottage, and we're in the dining room today because this seems to have been the favourite room that we showed you on the original tour, and we've been asked to go over it in a little bit more detail to show you some of the design features that bring this room together. One of the key elements in this room, the dominant feature if you like, is the original old ingle nook fireplace. It's got so much character. The last thing we really wanted to do was to try and enhance or hide any of these features. Over the centuries it's had multiple periods of repair, and there's signs on the back wall, those old blacked out red bricks, that this was once just an open fireplace. But I think sometime, probably in the last 26-27 years, it's been fitted with these log burners. We showed you there's a matching pair on either side of this wall, and they really do give this room a beautiful, warm and country feel immediately, especially at this time of year. Coming into September, we've had these going all last night, and we came down to a beautiful warm room this morning. If you're going to have a real fire, then you're going to have to invest in some fire irons, and this is a particularly nice piece of ornamental brass that we've got here with long tongs, fire irons, and the dog iron itself for the support. Very ornate, beautiful piece of antique brass work. A copper coal bucket, probably a later piece. Very nice patina on it, good size and very practical. We fill that with what are formed briquettes, and they are great for loading the log burner overnight to keep it going. So a very practical piece of fireside equipment that again is full of character. And again, this old bedpan warmer in copper with its antique wooden handle, which just sits on the side of this wall of the ingle nook, really dresses this end well, and again adds to the comfortable country feel of this room. The log basket we've put in here was a little bit of a compromise. It's not as big and practical as I'd like, but the width that we've got between the side of the log burner and the ingle nook is quite limited, so your classic wide, tall, round wicker basket simply wasn't going to work in here. This is a little laundry basket that's actually been modified with a liner and works very well, but does have to be filled pretty frequently. Pair of irons that we just rest on the top. Lovely bits of kit. They also warm up very nicely placed on the top of this piece of cast iron and add to the radiant heat that's given off. But they're just nice antique features that again just catch the eye and give a little bit of extra interest on top of a pretty standard modern log burner. The old doors have some incredibly beautiful old period features on them, including this working lock with a lovely bit of polished brass work on it. Actually still works then and is very functional. And then the actual hinges that support these old tongue and groove doors and the bolts, again just period old pieces. They're probably not particularly old, probably put on during the renovations 26 years ago, but just the design again gives the impression of age, a comfortable country feeling to the whole cottage. We wanted this to be a practical, entertaining, and to do that in a dining room you need a pretty substantial table if you're going to have any more than a couple of guests over. This table was originally over in Gardener's Cottage in Blakeney, but the table had been outgrown by the increasing number of guests that were using that cottage, so we decided to decant it over here where we can still comfortably seat 8 to 10 people. A particular great feature on this is the old tram style bench seat on one side. That back does reverse one side to another, but it does enable you to squeeze 3 or 4 people on this side of the table, while we've got 4 of the chairs on the other side, which have been partly painted to match the distressed paint finish that we've got on the casement of this lovely old pine-top table. Again, it's a very relaxed piece of furniture for the room. The whole feel in here has to be comfortable, country and relaxed. We don't want anything too formal or too precious in this house. It's full of dogs, children and visitors. You've got to be able to throw the doors open, walk in and out of this house, straight on and off boats, straight in and out of the garden, dogs, children, muddy feet, boots and everything. So the whole space has to really work and provide that environment without getting too stressed over the cleanliness or fragility of any particular piece in the arrangement. And part of setting that design feel to the house is the china and glassware that we've put into here. These old Majolica style floral china bowls, actually Shorter & Co., date from probably around the 1920s or 1930s. And they're lovely pieces of just relaxed floral English ironstone china. But because this is on the Norfolk Broads, we couldn't resist putting this set together. And this has gradually been accumulated for use here. The majority of this is by Alfred Meakin. It's made in Tunstall, dates from around the 1950s or 60s. And it just shouts Norfolk Broads to you. Just look at that wonderful windmill detailing on the inner decoration on each of these little teacups. And we've amassed a pretty enormous collection of these. I think there's a total of around 26 teacup, saucer and side plate sets, teapots, coffee pots, milk jugs, dinner plates, dessert plates, side plates, and some little short English desserts as well. Just to remind you where you are. And in case you could forget, the artwork that we've chosen in here just to support that. Again, this beautiful oil on canvas of a river cruiser making its way very gently out towards a broad somewhere. So Norfolk. Could be anywhere. Doesn't say or tell us on any of the description where it is. And we've repeated the slightly nautical feel just with this porthole mirror just to enhance the light and catch the eye. And there again on this back wall, brasswork's been repeated and picked up with the light fittings. And in the choice of hors d'oeuvre tray with its almost gilt brasswork frame, just beautifully country in terms of its feel. And again, little tiny, nothing special artworks, just naive, romantic Victorian chocolate box, but again with the water and the windmill and the ruins in the background, just again to pick the feel up of this comfortable country cottage. So I hope you've enjoyed our little design detailed tour, showing you a little bit more of what's gone into the design and feel to create this lovely and charming Norfolk Broads cottage.